To go further into this topic and better understand what is happening in Argentina, what is at stake at this midterm elections, we receive now Tobias Belgrano, political consultant. Thank you, Tobias, for joining us here in From the South.
Hi, thank you for inviting me.
So, Tobias, the polling stations have closed. So, what are your first impressions on this election day? How did it go?
So this election was quite particular in many aspects. Initially, there was a change in the way of voting. We traditionally voted with the party ballot. That now it has changed to a unique ballot. So every voter has to choose a candidate by selecting it with a cross with a pen. And this is quite new for Argentinian traditional electoral system, which has been switched. This change has made the initial previous results. I mean, what we call the previous results that the media informed before the official results, been a little bit dicey, and we were not quite clear of the tendency. However, there is a general sensation in all the media and all the previous results that we're receiving that the libertarians have improved their electoral expectations in many provinces such as Santa Fe or Córdoba, where there were a third party competing of the local governors, which was called United Provinces, that included Córdoba and Santa Fe governors, and they seem to be in we seem to be losing the election against the libertarians. So that's what the general sensation is, that the election was polarized and nationalized instead of being more local as it was in 2023, for example. So it seems this plus the low levels of participation have benefited the libertarians in this sense. So it seems that we are having a more polarized election where there's a slight advantage for the libertarians. Which in their right now in their party bunker, they are being showing themselves as very optimist. The president's sister, Karina Milei, has shown herself, and even she has spoken, which is something that she traditionally never does. So there's a general sensation that the libertarians might be seeing a slight victory in the national level, which was their initial intention, especially to show to the investors and to the IMF, and especially to President Trump.
Tobias, you were just talking about the narrative regarding these results, the importance for the government to show a good result in front of investors, also in front of the U.S., that had been a major partner with a very controversial pact and direct interference in the past week. The past weeks have been of a lot of instability, political and economical. How do you think this week will open as of tomorrow?
So there are some tendencies in, as I was mentioning, as we have some tendencies in the political area, there are also some signals in the economic arena. The USDT or USDC, which is the cryptocurrency that is paired with the US dollar, and the Argentinian and its exchange in Argentinian pesos has been reduced. So that means that it seems the investors are seeing some tendencies in favor of the libertarians, or of the market sees the possibility of a libertarian triumph. So it seems to be in the economic arena that we might have a little monetary summer in Argentina, or economic summer in Argentina, which is how we call a good moment in the economy, at least from Monday onwards, at least in the financial arena. We'll still have to see what happens with the day-to-day microeconomy for the people, which is the main problem and what the opposition is claiming for against the libertarian administration.
Now, Tobias, let's recall also to our audience, we've been talking about this election being a very hard election to translate in terms of the results, to explain outside of Argentina what it means to be the general winner or who wins in which district. We are seeing, what we're looking at is the future composition of the Congress, and whatever the outcome, the government will have to face just a series of negotiations in order to see how the situation stabilizes. So What is the climate on the streets? We've also been seeing a lot of demonstrations in the past month, also a lot of legislative defeats for the president as well. How do you think that the coming months are going to be in that scenario?
First of all, clearing a little bit about the general election, as you were asking, Argentinian Congress, it's made of small elections on each province. Each province makes their elections for deputies and senators. The general sensation is that in Buenos Aires province, which was the big hit in September 7 for for Peronism, and it was the surprise against the Javier Milei program, economic program, and what it cost the general economics instability since September until recently this week. It seems that the Peronists have become a very urban phenomenon, especially in the big cities, especially in Buenos Aires city and in the Buenos Aires province. There is a general view that in the Buenos Aires city election for Peronism was quite successful, more than expected. I mean, the libertarians in their main district, which is when the Buenos Aires city, were not able to be so successful as they were in the past. So there's the rumor, at least from what they are saying, of the previous results. Results will be published at 9 o'clock. The rumor is that Peronism made a great election in Buenos Aires city, so we are seeing a Peronism that's becoming a more urban phenomenon rather than a provincial phenomenon, which is what's more traditional, where more traditional Peronism was. So this is a new change in how Peronism is perceived. Of course, Peronism was always a Buenos Aires urban areas phenomenon, but it seems that might be concentrating there, and there's a change, especially for the middle class voters in the big cities such as Buenos Aires city.